Hello everyone, this is part 2 of What If Naruto Meets the Nine Tails Early, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Kakashi had brought his team out to the edge of a lake. Kakashi knew it was true, Zabuza was alive, and he would most likely be back. With the false death that the Hunter Enin had put Zabuza in, Kakashi figured he had about a week to get his team ready for the inevitable rematch with Zabuza and whatever else he brought with him. Kakashi-sensei, so what are we doing? Asked Sakura. Easy, we are making you stronger, replied Kakashi. I have the next chakra control exercise for the three of you, water walking. What? Water walking? Asked Sakura and Naruto in unison. Was that even possible? Apparently it was. Kakashi demonstrated by gathering chakra in his feet and hobbling with his crutches out onto the water, remaining afloat on top of the surface. Naruto and Sakura looked on in amazement with Sasuke looking on with an indifferent expression. You are to expel chakra from the base of your feet at a constant rate, keeping you afloat on the surface, explained Kakashi. You saw how I did it, now I want the three of you to try, he instructed. Naruto was the first to try, gathering chakra into his feet and taking a step out onto the water, only to fall straight in, soaking himself. Sakura was next. Much to Kakashi's surprise, she had managed to stay afloat, even though she was bobbing like crazy, trying to get herself to stabilize. After a few minutes, she finally had the flow of chakra down and was standing on the surface just like Kakashi was. Wow, Sakura, it's great that you can already do that, shouted Naruto. Sakura turned around, giving a slight smile while scratching the side of her face. She had hoped to get a positive response from Sasuke, not Naruto. Sasuke was last, confident that he would get it. He took a step onto the water. Like Naruto, he fell through the surface. Kakashi instructed the three of them to work on the exercise. Since Naruto and Sasuke hadn't gotten it done yet, they had to get the technique down first. Sakura, on the other hand, had already managed to stand on the water after the first attempt. Kakashi attributed her success to her superior chakra control over the two boys. For the next 2 days, Kakashi had all three of them working on the exercise. He had Sakura refining the technique by doing various physical exercises such as running, jumping, and skating on the surface of the water. Sasuke and Naruto were still struggling to get the water walking exercise, and much to Sakura's delight, had resorted to taking off all but their shorts so their clothes wouldn't become any more soaked than they already were. It wasn't so much Naruto she cared for, but a shirtless Sasuke was too much to pass up. This was the one time in the exercise where she completely lost her focus and ended up falling through the surface into the water. At the end of the second day, Naruto and Sasuke were getting close. They were each able to hold the chakra flow for a few seconds before falling through. Like the tree climbing exercise, they had inadvertently turned this into some sort of competition, not wanting the other one to best them. Late at night, Sasuke managed to get the exercise down first, but Naruto was only an attempt or two behind, showing Sasuke that the dobe really wasn't that far behind after all. Back at Tazuna's house, Naruto and Sasuke showed up, finally. Kakashi was glad that the two had finally got the basics down. He gave the two boys one more day to refine their technique while he and Sakura would join Tazuna on the bridge for guard duty. The following day, Naruto and Sasuke were back at the lake, working on the same thing that Sakura was doing the other day. Both boys were getting impatient by this as there was really no way for them to compete against one another. And then Sasuke made a suggestion. Naruto, fight me, he said. It was true, he wanted to fight Naruto. Even though he always wiped the floor with Naruto back in the academy, he had taken notice of the blonde's rapid progress. Now he wanted to fight the blonde. What? Asked a slightly surprised Naruto. You heard me, Dobe. Fight me, right here. The first one to either give up or fall through the surface loses. Or are you afraid, scaredy cat? Taunted Sasuke. That last phrase did it as Naruto accepted the challenge. That's it, I'm finally going to kick your ass and show to you what a good ninja I actually am. Naruto ran at Sasuke, only to receive a foot in the gut, sending him sliding back across the water and through the surface. Round 1 went to Sasuke. Come on, is that all you've got? said Sasuke. Naruto picked himself out of the water and caught his breath. Hey, you wish, said Naruto. Shadow clone jutsu, he said as 6 clones puffed into existence and attacked Sasuke. All 6 clones and the real Naruto charged Sasuke, and he found himself actually finding a certain difficulty fending off 6 attackers at once. Perhaps there was something more to the dobe after all. Sasuke won the second match as well, followed by the third and fourth. In Naruto's defense, he lost control of his chakra for a moment on the 4th try, falling through the water not because of Sasuke, but because of his own chakra control. But each time, the victory came with an increased challenge. Finally, it was getting late at night and the two boys had been going at each other for some time now. Both of them were getting tired and they could feel it. They both barely had enough energy to keep themselves afloat. Perhaps you're not so much of a dobe after all. Let's go back, said Sasuke. That had been just what he wanted, some actual training that made him stronger, not just some meaningless running and jumping around on the surface of the water. Naruto stared at the Uchiha wide-eyed. Did Sasuke actually compliment him for once? Naruto grinned at the Uchiha. What's the matter, giving up already? He huffed. Dobe, you can barely keep yourself afloat. The last thing I need is to drag your unconscious and drowned body back to Kakashi, said Sasuke, panting as hard as Naruto. Both boys had to admit it. That last match was good enough to bring them to this point. To emphasize on that fact, they had to rely on each other to drag the other home. They finally made it home, only to collapse through the door. Sasuke, shouted Sakura, rushing to Sasuke's side. What happened? You guys are all dirty and bruised. Hey, both of us, training, said Naruto. Kakashi smiled. Looks like the two of you have been sparring, he said. Sasuke grinned, kind of, and nodded. Good. That helps you train not only chakra control effectively, but also taijutsu. Starting tomorrow, you'll be joining us on the bridge, said Kakashi as the two dragged themselves over to the table and began eating just about anything in sight. Kakashi, Sakura, and Sasuke were at the bridge the next day. Naruto had managed to sleep in. Reality, they most likely forgot about him. At the bridge, there was a problem with the workers leaving their jobs. Apparently the thought of Gato was enough to scare off most of the workers. Having ninja around really didn't help. At noon, Tazuna decided to end work for the day. The 4 of them went into town, only to see the depressing state that Gato was driving the country into. There was little food in the store and most of the population had resorted to thievery. Suddenly, Sakura felt something tough her on the behind. Pervert! She screamed, knocking a man hard in the face who was trying to pickpocket her. Shortly after, she felt someone tug on her again. Ready to punch another thief, she soon realized that it was just a child begging for food. As a result, she gave the kid a handful of candy. This is why we need the bridge, a symbol of courage. We need these people to let their fears go and once again stand up for themselves. If that bridge can be completed, the city will return to the old times when it was prosperous and happy, Tazuna explained. The 4 of them left early for construction on the bridge. Once again, no one woke Naruto. As Naruto got up and realized that he was late, he headed off into the forest to use as a shortcut to get to the bridge. There, he encountered a beautiful young lady. Who are you? Naruto asked, trying to figure out what the lady wanted. Oh, is this the plant you are looking for? Yes, thank you, the woman said. Oh, that forehead protector. Does that mean you are a ninja? Yeah, you notice. I'm a ninja, Naruto said. And one day, I'm going to become Hokage, the strongest ninja in my village. The girl laughed. Do you have someone important to you? She asked. When a person has someone precious to them, they will truly become strong. Yeah, I understand that, Naruto said. I'm going to become strong so that I can protect my friends. The lady go up. You'll become strong, I know it. I hope we'll meet again sometime. I want to see how strong you've become, she said as she walked away. Oh, and by the way, I'm a boy. Naruto's world was shattered. That boy was almost prettier than Sakura, he thought. Arriving at the bridge, Naruto realized that more workers had left, afraid that Gato would kill them if they continued. However, with Naruto there, Tazuna got an idea. Hey kid, those clones of yours, he asked as Naruto looked at him curiously. Can they do anything else besides get hit with a sword? Naruto was now getting a little mad, but Kakashi picked up on Tazuna's thoughts. What he really means, Naruto, is make a bunch of your shadow clones and help with construction on the bridge. That way, this bridge will get completed sooner, and you will really be helping the village here, Kakashi said. Naruto actually agreed. To everyone's amazement, the work on the bridge had shown a lot of progress after that day. The bridge was now only a few days from completion. It was now 1 week since Team 7's encounter with Zabuza. For Kakashi, this meant that they would be seeing Zabuza or another opponent here shortly. As such, Team 7 was on high alert, except for a particular blonde ninja. Yes, Naruto had managed to sleep in once again. However, it was a good thing that he did. Suddenly, a knock came on the door, followed by a crash. "Are you Tazuna's daughter?" one of the men standing at the hole of a door said. He had long gray hair with a black cap. At his side was a rather large katana. "Sorry, but I'm afraid you're coming with us." Tsunami knew she was in trouble. Out of reaction, she grabbed Inari, who was right next to her, and began to run. Before they knew it, the two thugs had her cornered. As for Inari, they only needed one hostage and one of the thugs was dying to cut something up. "Should I kill him?" the other thug said. This one was larger and more muscular than the first thug. He had a patch over one of his eyes and was also carrying a katana like his partner. Out of desperation, Tsunami did the best she could. "You want a hostage, right?" she said. "If you even touch him, I will kill myself." The bandits were depressed by this. They had really been hoping to kill someone, but they needed a hostage and 2 dead bodies would do them no good. Inari had managed to escape, but the 2 thugs had taken his mother. Sitting in a corner, Inari began to cry and think on what Kakashi had said to him the other day, regarding Naruto. Flashback. "You little sissy," Naruto said to him. At that moment, he got up and left the house. Kakashi followed him, hoping to calm the crying boy down. "Inari, about Naruto. He didn't mean what he said, but you have to understand that, like you, he didn't grow up with his father around either. In fact, Naruto has never known either of his parents," Kakashi said, trying to calm the crying boy down. "He has had a rougher childhood than you can imagine, but he always manages to see the best out of life. Perhaps, he's just tired of crying. He knows what it means to truly be strong, just like your dad." End flashback. After a few moments of reflection, Inari realized that he had to let the crybaby in him go and grow up. He mustered his courage and pursued the bandits. "Will I also become strong like Dad?" he thought to himself. Upon reaching the bandits, he shouted out, getting their attention. The bandits turned around to face him and his mother called out for him to run. "Get away from my mom," he screamed as he charged the bandits. The bandits drew their swords and proceeded to slash at the boy. Their attacks hit, cutting him to pieces, much to the horror of his mother. "Inari!" she screamed out. But, before she could say any more, Inari disappeared in a cloud of smoke, leaving cut pieces of wood. "Sorry for being late. I've been doing that a lot this past week," Naruto said, holding Inari, who was unscathed. "But a hero usually shows up at the last seconds anyways. Great job, Inari. Now let me take it from here." The bandits charged at Naruto, who was all alone, or was he? Suddenly, 2 figures appeared from behind and gave the thugs a good kick to the head. Before they became unconscious, the bandits turned to see 2 more Narutos coming at them with their feet only inches from their heads. Naruto then turned to Inari. "Sorry for calling you a sissy yesterday. You're actually pretty strong." Inari began to tear up. "Damn it. I promised myself I wasn't going to cry anymore. Now you're going to make fun of me," Inari said. "Inari, it's alright to cry when you're happy," Naruto explained. With that, he headed off towards the bridge, knowing that something was wrong. Kakashi, Sasuke, Sakura, and Tazuna arrived at the bridge to find most of the workers either injured or dead. Before they could realize what was going on, the mist began to thicken as Kakashi realized that Zabuza had returned. "Hee, I see your brats are still shaking," Zabuza called out through the mist. Suddenly, they were surrounded by about a half-dozen Zabuzas. "HMPH, I'm shaking from excitement," Sasuke responded as Kakashi signaled for him to go. With that, Sasuke defeated the clones with only a few movements of his knives, much to Sakura and Tazuna's surprise. The group looked up to see 2 ninjas standing before them, Zabuza and that hunter ninja from the other day. "The brat has grown. Perhaps I have found myself a rival, eh, Haku?" the demon of the mist asked. Haku nodded and Kakashi knew that his hunch had been correct. That masked man, he's obviously a comrade of Zabuza, Kakashi said, but was interrupted. I'll fight him, Sasuke said. Tricking us with that stupid act, I hate bastards like that. Sasuke, you're so cool, Sakura shrieked out as Kakashi's sweat dropped. Sasuke engaged the masked figure, who brought some water around him to defend himself from Sasuke's attacks with. Sakura, guard Tazuna and stay by my side. We'll leave the masked ninja to Sasuke, Kakashi ordered as Sakura complied. Sasuke had begun his battle with the masked ninja as the two assaulted each other with a hail of senbon and shuriken. None of the shuriken or senbon hit their target as they had all collided with one another in mid-air, cancelling the attacks. As the air began to grow moist, so did the ground. Puddles began to form around the two combatants. The masked ninja halted his attack and began to speak. I don't want to kill you, but you won't stand down, will you? The masked ninja said to Sasuke, who responded with his usual response. I see, but you won't be able to keep up with my speed the next time. The ninja began flipping through a series of hand seals and Sasuke rushed towards him, hoping to stop him before he completed some sort of jutsu. Unfortunately, he realized the trap the moment he grabbed onto the arm of the ninja. Now that I have one of your arms preoccupied, you won't be able to counter this. Sutan, flying water needles. With that, the water around them began to rise, forming sharp needles of water. Sasuke channeled some chakra to his legs and jumped up before the needles could impact him. He then retaliated by throwing some shuriken at the masked ninja, who had just barely dodged them. Sasuke then appeared behind the ninja and sent him flying back with a kick to the stomach, much to Zabuza's surprise. Kakashi turned to Zabuza. I can't have you underestimating my students by calling them brats, Kakashi explained. Sasuke is the #1 rookie in the village, Sakura is the brightest, and Naruto is Naruto, the #1 hyperactive knuckle-headed ninja in the village. HMPH, just because your brat scored one lucky hit, doesn't mean he can take Haku, said Zabuza to Kakashi. He's just getting started and it looks like it's all over for your brat now. Sasuke felt a sudden chill surround him. Hyoten, demonic ice mirrors. Haku called out. Sasuke was shocked that he was now surrounded by a dome of ice mirrors, with Haku's reflection in each one. He tried to figure out what that jutsu was, but he did not remember the Hyoten, being one of the common elemental affinities. So he has a blood limit, this will get interesting, thought Sasuke. However, in reality, he was extremely tense, not sure what to expect at all. Now I'll show you my real speed, Haku said. Suddenly, Sasuke was hit with a barrage of needles, none of which severely injured him, this time around. Seeing Sasuke's troubles, Sakura ran to aid him, temporarily abandoning her charge. She threw a kunai at Haku, who came out of the mirror only to catch it. Suddenly, he was knocked onto the ground outside the mirrors. Naruto Uzumaki has arrived. Naruto shouted. That idiot show off, Sasuke thought as he picked himself off the ground. He was covered in scratches and cuts from the needles, but nothing was fatal, yet. Now that I'm here, the hero usually shows up like this and kicks the enemy's ass instantly. Naruto exclaimed. That idiot, Kakashi said. Zabuza got a little laugh at Kakashi's facial expression. What kind of ninja does he think he is, barging in like that? Naruto threw a few shuriken at the distracted Zabuza, only to have them knocked away by Haku's needles. So you don't want me attacking them? You're soft as always, Haku, Zabuza said to his comrade. Sasuke realized the situation he was in. Apparently, Haku had been holding back. None of those hits were vital, only mere scratches so far. However, after the way he killed Zabuza back by the lake, Sasuke realized that this ninja had deadly accuracy with senbon and he had been holding back. Now that Naruto had arrived though, perhaps Sasuke could get out of this. With the Dobe working on the outside and himself on the inside, perhaps they could take down Haku. Sadly, he would have to swallow his pride for this and allow Naruto to help him, assuming Naruto hadn't done what he just did. Sasuke, I came in here to save you, Naruto said, now inside the ice dome. Sasuke was about ready to beat the knucklehead senseless as Haku resumed his assault. Thinking of the ice, Sasuke made a few hand seals, Kaiten, great fireball jutsu. With that, Sasuke launched a fireball at the mirror that Haku was in. Unfortunately, the ice mirror did not sustain any damage. Afterwards, Naruto and Sasuke were pelted with a barrage of needle. Naruto made a bunch of clones to attack the mirrors, hoping one of them would be able to get Haku. However, Haku was too fast and the clones were easily defeated. As Naruto and Sasuke were facing Haku, Kakashi stared down his opponent. For a kid to master a jutsu like that, it must be an advanced bloodline, he said. Bloodline? Sakura questioned. It's a deep lineage, a jutsu or style of jutsu passed down by your family. Even I cannot copy it, Kakashi explained. With that, Kakashi revealed his Sharingan, ready to fight Zabuza and end the battle quick. The Sharingan. Only one trick, Kakashi. You should know better than to show your moves to an opponent more than once. Zabuza said. The two Jonin engaged one another, both piercing the other's hands with kunai. You should be honored. You're the first opponent to see my Sharingan twice, Kakashi called out as the two disengaged. I've been waiting to say this line. You can't use the same jutsu on me twice, Zabuza called out as he made a hand seal. Suddenly, the area around them was covered in a thick mist and Zabuza disappeared. Back in the ice dome, damn it. I can't fail here. I have a dream I need to fulfill, Naruto said out loud. Haku then experienced a flashback upon hearing Naruto's words. Flashback. Dream. He remembered himself as a lonely child. His home in the land of water had just been destroyed after the Mizukage's persecution of people with bloodlines. Soon he saw Zabuza standing before him. An unfortunate child, Zabuza said. A brat like you is wanted by no one. You will die with neither freedom nor dreams. Hee, you have the same eyes as me, Haku said to Zabuza, striking some sort of emotion in the demon. End flashback. Dream. Becoming a true shinobi is difficult for me. If possible, I do not want to kill you, nor have you kill me. But if you come at me, I can destroy my kind heart and come at you as a true shinobi, Haku said to Naruto and Sasuke. This bridge is the place we fight to connect our dreams. Please don't hate me. I want to protect someone precious to me, fight for them, and make that person's dreams come true. That is my dream. For that, I can become a shinobi and kill you if I must. Zabuza laughed at what Haku was saying. He knew that Naruto and Sasuke had not killed anyone yet and that they did not know what it was like to truly become a shinobi. Kakashi heard this, but couldn't see anything. The mist was too thick, even for his Sharingan. But he figured that Zabuza couldn't see either. Suddenly, about a dozen shuriken came flying at his and Kakashi just barely managed to block them. Impressive that you were able to block them, Sharingan Kakashi. Zabuza said, appearing behind him. Kakashi turned around to see that Zabuza's eyes were closed. He disappeared back into the mist. Kakashi, you have overestimated the use of your Sharingan. You acted as if you could read my mind and see the future, but that Sharingan is merely a trick. Basically, it involves hypnotism and attention to detail. By using those two abilities together, you can make it seem like you are seeing into the future. The answer to combating it is simple. First, I use the mist to make that keen eye of yours useless. Second, I keep my eyes closed to prevent you from influencing me. However, I am an expert in silent killing. I can kill you just by hearing you. Kakashi was worried by this realization. Zabuza moved to Tazuna and attacked, hoping to take out the bridge builder and Sakura. As Zabuza swung the blade, it was stopped by the steel plate on Kakashi's gloves. Zabuza growled and kicked Kakashi in the gut before swinging his blade again. Kakashi had just enough time to throw himself backwards to dodge most of the attack. However, the blade still sliced across his chest, creating a rather large gash. He slipped back into the mist again, ready to strike another blow. Now, Kakashi had once been in charge of the Anbu and the Sharingan wasn't his only trick. He made a few hand seals. Summoning Jutsu. Kakashi said, summoning 8 ninja dogs to his side. He ordered them to find and immobilize Zabuza, which they did without trouble, using the scent of Kakashi's blood on Zabuza's blade to track him. Naruto woke, just in time to see Sasuke take the attack that was intended for him. The needles hit Sasuke in the chest and what appeared to be the liver. Naruto saw Sasuke fall to his knees, just as a single needle that Sork had failed to take hit Naruto in the neck, in roughly the same spot where Zabuza was hit when he was killed a week ago. Naruto slipped into darkness. Naruto awoke again, this time finding himself in a damp sewer, unsure of exactly where he was. He heard growling coming from one direction and his curiosity got the best of him. He turned to find the source of the noise. Soon, he found himself standing in for a large gate. It's about time the two of us met, a strange voice said from behind the bars. Who's there? Asked a startled Naruto. The voice sounded demonic and it sent Naruto falling back onto his ass. Why don't you take a close look, child, and see, said the voice. A faint light filled the room and Naruto could see what was behind the bars. Why your T the KKQB no K Kitsune, stuttered Naruto in fear. Yes, and since you're here, that must mean you're in some sort of trouble, the QB said to Naruto. What do you mean? Naruto said, still trembling in fear. Are you going to kill me? No. Even if I wanted to, the seal on you that keeps me imprisoned in you would prevent me from doing such. If I remember, you were in a battle with a masked man. The fox did his best to conjure an image of what was happening. The thing that shocked Naruto was the image of Sasuke taking the hits for him, saving him, but getting injured in the process. Naruto saw that Sasuke was falling to the ground and feared that Haku had actually managed to kill Sasuke. I can sense that your friend is still alive, but he may not be for long if you just sit there and do nothing like a blundering idiot. I will give you a little bit of my power for now, but there is something I want to discuss with you later. Now go. With that last bark of the QB, Naruto was forced out of his mindscape. Finding himself in the real world, facing Haku and a dying Sasuke, Naruto instantly felt a surge of power course through his chakra system. The needles that were stuck in him were forced out and any wounds instantly began to heal. Haku looked on in shock as a red aura began to surround Naruto. Naruto caught Sasuke as he was falling to the ground. Afraid that his teammate was dead, Naruto went into a rage, launching himself towards Haku's image in the mirror. With a strike of his fist, Naruto punched Haku in the mirror and sent him flying backwards. The mirror he was in shattered and the dome collapsed with it. Haku managed to barely regain himself, remaining on his feet, but no longer inside any mirror to protect him from the next assault. Unfortunately for him, this next assault, he would not be able to dodge. His mask was cracked and his head was ringing, most likely suffering from some sort of concussion. Naruto's next attack came swift, a strong punch to the chest that sent Haku skidding to the ground. As Naruto moved over to Haku, ready to deliver the finishing blow. As Naruto lashed out at Haku with his fist, the mask crumbled off, revealing the same boy he had met in the forest only a few days ago. Naruto's attack immediately stopped there. He grabbed Haku by the collar of his robe. Why? Demanded Naruto. Why did you kill him? Why are you doing Gato's dirty work? Why? Because, I am simply a tool, to be used by someone else, to accomplish the goal, said Haku, breathing deeply. Naruto was disgusted at the words that came out of Haku's mouth, yet he couldn't bring himself to blame Haku for turning out like that. Naruto could see some familiarity in Haku's eyes. He could see loneliness in those eyes. He determined there that Haku must have lived alone until someone came to him with an offer. Hell, Naruto had almost fallen to the tricks that had manipulated Haku when Mizuki asked him to steal the Forbidden Scroll. Don't talk about that crap anymore. You don't have to do anything you don't want to. You're a person, not a tool, don't give me that crap. Shouted Naruto, flaring a little bit more of the demonic chakra already in his system. Perhaps, but it seems like my usefulness is over, said Haku as he pointed into the mist, towards the end of the bridge. Naruto looked over in the direction Haku was pointing. For some reason, he could sense that something was there, something with the intent to kill. Naruto delivered a punch to Haku, enough to knock him unconscious but not enough to kill him as Naruto stormed off towards the source of killing intent. Kakashi was facing Zabuza, who was now immobilized by Kakashi's dogs. Suddenly, he felt a burst of demonic chakra coming from the direction of Naruto. Both he and Zabuza felt it and Kakashi knew what it was. He was afraid that the QB had broken through the seal. However, Kakashi realized that the seal had not broken on, only some of the chakra had managed to leak out. He knew he had to end it. I have copied 1000 jutsu Zabuza, but now you will see my one original jutsu, Kakashi said, making a few hand seals. Suddenly, a mass of lightning appeared in Kakashi's hand. Raiten, Reikiri, Kakashi said as he dashed towards Zabuza, intending to kill him with his lightning blade. As Kakashi thrust his hand towards Zabuza, it was intercepted by the most unexpected turn of events. Some man had come flying out of nowhere, crashing into Kakashi's charged hand, taking the Reikiri to his gut. Zabuza looked over at his stroke of just pure dumb luck and realized that man was one of Gato's. Kakashi, release me so I can dispel the mist and we can get a better look at what is going on, said Zabuza. Of course, Kakashi didn't buy it. And why should I? Kakashi asked. The minute I do that, you're either going to resume attacking me or try and kill Tazuna. That man is one of Gato's. Haku and I suspected Gato would try to double-cross us and we were planning on killing him after we were done here. If one of his men are here, then that only means that there are more of him here. I just need my arms to get rid of the mist, explained Zabuza. Kakashi thought. Fine, but try anything and the next Reikiri will be going straight through your head, threatened Kakashi. He ordered the dogs restraining Zabuza's arms to let go and Zabuza did as he said he would, release the mist. Once the mist cleared, Kakashi could see what was going on. There was a group of roughly 50 to 60 thugs on the far end of the bridge and Naruto beating up one who was unfortunate enough to get too far ahead. Sasuke! Shouted Sakura as she ran to where Sasuke was lying on the ground. There was a faint pulse and she began carefully removing the senbon from the Uchiha pincushion. Zabuza looked over at the battered Haku on the ground and his cold exterior began to melt. Now realizing that the rest of Gato's men could see him, Naruto retreated back to where the rest of the team was. He could feel the demonic chakra drain from him as he did so. So they are not dead yet, how disappointing, Gato called out, looking at the exhausted ninja standing in front of him. Why are you here? Zabuza asked. It's simple. I actually planned to do this from the start. I'm here to kill you, Gato claimed. It's what I do. I hire missing ninja to do my work. They are done, I kill them so that I don't have to pay them. Nice plan, don't you think? The only problem is you. PFFT, Zabuza the demon of the hidden mist. You can barely stand. Kakashi, this fight is over. I have no more reason to fight you or go after Tazuna, Zabuza said as Kakashi agreed. Gato walked over to Haku, who was lying unconscious on the ground just in front of the rest of the ninja and began beating on the unconscious body. Yeah, take this you little punk. This is what you get for breaking my arm, shouted Gato. He then pulled out a blade from his side. PHFT. This is what happens to a worthless tool of mine. Naruto tried to rush to save Haku, only to be held back by Zabuza himself. What are you doing? Shouted Naruto. Can't you see that he's going to kill Haku? Don't you even care just a little bit? He's done everything for you and you've done nothing but look at him as a tool. He's more than just that, you knots. Stop kid, said Zabuza, tears rolling down his face. I know what I need to do. Can I borrow a kunai? Naruto nodded and handed Zabuza one of his knives. Zabuza instantly disappeared and repapered behind Gato, driving the kunai into the back of Gato's skull. You sick disgusting man. Get away from him, said Zabuza as Gato dropped to the ground, dead. He then picked up the battered Haku and retreated back to where Kakashi and Team 7 were. Hey, you killed our meal ticket. The group of thugs said as they charged the ninja. Kill them. Suddenly, arrows came flying out of some still lingering mist and killed most of the bandits. If you come any further, the citizens of this island will kill you. Inari shouted with all the villagers standing behind him. Inari. Naruto called out. A hero shows up at the last second, right? Inari said, returning a smile to Naruto. To give the thugs one last push to flee, Naruto made about 3 dozen clones while Kakashi did the same, although Kakashi's weren't all shadow clones. The thugs fled the island, the villagers had won their village back. Sasuke. Sakura shouted out in delight as Sasuke opened his eyes. UHG. Sakura, you're heavy, Sasuke responded weakly. Sakura began to cry and soon gave Sasuke a big hug. Sakura, that hurts, Sasuke said. He still had a few needles in him. What about Naruto and that masked kid? Sakura pointed to them and Sasuke saw Zabuza supporting a weak Haku. Why are they not fighting? Gato broke his deal and they are no longer enemies, Sakura said. Naruto turned around and realized that Sasuke was alright. Kakashi then turned to Zabuza. So what are you going to do now? Kakashi asked Zabuza. Right now, I don't really know, Zabuza responded. Naruto then came up to them and began acting like the idiot everyone knew and loved. Hey Kakashi-sensei, can they come back to the village with us? Naruto asked. He then turned to Zabuza. You guys could stop running and start a new life again. Hell, you could even become ninja of our village. You really are an idiot kid, said Zabuza. However, there was something about that appealed to Zabuza. He never imagined himself settling down again after leaving Kiri, but Haku, perhaps the boy could use some rest. To be honest, I would actually like that, but I am a missing nin and an A-rank criminal. I would just go back to either imprisonment or death. Kakashi-sensei, can't you do anything about that? You're pretty high up, Naruto said. Kakashi figured he would regret this later. For your good work, I can send a message to the Hokage about this, Kakashi said, turning to a surprised Zabuza. Based on the condition of everyone, we will be here at least another week. I will send word to the Hokage, telling him of your intentions. Do realize that if you are given a chance, you will have to undergo extensive analysis to ensure that you mean no harm to the village. Zabuza thought to himself for a moment. Well, if there seems to be a chance, it would be a nice change. Even Sasuke was happy with this. If they come to the village, then that will give him an opportunity for a rematch with Haku. With that, everyone returned to the village to recover. Haku regained conscious, but was groggy and Sasuke was still sore from being a human pincushion. As Kakashi said, they would be there for at least another week and a week's worth of rest was much needed. The following day, Naruto found a quiet place out in the forest to sit down. There was still something he had to do after yesterday. He began meditating, hoping to get into contact with the QB inside him. Well, it seems as if you still want to talk, the fox said. I figured I would at least hear you out. So what is it you want? Naruto responded. I want to make an offer with you, Kit. The fox said. And I suggest you listen before you go blowing your mouth off like you normally do. What do you mean? Naruto asked, trying to restrain himself from the fox's obvious taunt. To understand where I'm going with this, you need to understand my past, explained the QB. I am one of the 9-tailed beasts that came into existence over 1,000 years ago. During that time, you humans have attempted to gain control of our powers and use us as tools. We, on the other hand, wanted nothing to do with you and minded our own business. Slowly, you humans managed to seal us inside yourselves, inventing the idea of a Jinchuriki. What's a tailed beast? And what's a Jinchuriki? Asked Naruto. Sadly, the QB knew the kid was going to start asking questions like that. However, he couldn't help but drop his head. As I said, I am a tailed beast. There are 9 of us in existence. We are demons who are classified by the number of tails we have, starting from the Ichibi 1 tails, and ending at myself, the QB 9 tails. Demons usually have some sort of defining feature that distinguishes their power amongst one another. For tailed beasts, it is the number of tails we have. Since I am the QB, I am the most powerful of the tailed beasts. You with me so far? Naruto nodded, indicating that he understood what a tailed beast was, at least to an extent. Now, as for Jinchuriki. Let's just say that is what you are. What are you talking about? I'm a ninja and a person, not a Jinchuriki, whatever that is, replied Naruto. It doesn't matter if you are a puny human. A Jinchuriki is a human who has a demon sealed inside them, explained the QB. So that means you are sealed inside me, realized Naruto. You're starting to catch on, Kit. Now don't interrupt me for a bit and listen to the next part of my story, said the QB. Now, being the most powerful of the tailed beasts, I was able to remain free from being sealed the longest. Humans had attempted to capture me, like that pair of weaklings that I ate, but failed. It wasn't until that man came along and used his accursed Sharingan to trap me in some sort of genjutsu which he used to control my actions. Sharingan? You mean like Kakashi-sensei and Sasuke? Asked Naruto, interrupting the fox's story. The fox growled at Naruto for interrupting him. Yes, like the eyes your teacher and that other brat you're with have. However, this man's eyes were much colder and much more powerful. He used them to manipulate me into attacking your village almost 100 years ago. With my power, he fought against your Hokage and lost. As a result, I was finally sealed into a human. For the next 88 years, I was sealed inside a Jinchuriki, trying my hardest to escape, but no luck. Escape? But why? Asked Naruto. What can I say? I don't like being trapped in a cage, responded the fox. It was almost 12 years ago that I finally escaped. However, he was there, waiting. I thought he was dead, but that insolent cockroach came crawling back to me. Hold on, said Naruto. His interruptions were irritating the fox even more. Who is he? The QB growled a bit, letting out some of his killing intent. Madara Uchiha. Madara Uchiha. I've heard that name before, but where? Asked Naruto. The Kyuubi explained to Naruto that he probably heard it during class as the battle between Harashima Senju, the Shodaime Hokage, and Madara Uchiha was one of the biggest pieces of Konoha history. Naruto nodded his head and told the fox that was probably the one lecture that he had not slept through. But wait, Uchiha. Does that mean Sasuke is? Yes, that little Uchiha brat on your team is most likely a descendant of Madara Uchiha. However, Madara abandoned his clan in search of power, me. He was bitter at the fact that his rival, the Shodaime Hokage, had received the position of Hokage instead of him, so he left the village. A few years later, he returned to destroy the village using my power. After that, I thought he was dead and I was finally done with that insolent bastard. However, I was wrong. Like I told you, he was the one who freed me from my Jinchuriki vessel 12 years ago. Before I could even take a free breath, he had me under his control. By the time his control ended and I had a free mind again, I was already being sealed into you by that other bastard, the Yondaime Hokage. Hey, don't insult the Yondaime like that, said Naruto. However, there was something he wanted to know. But, why me? Why did he seal you into me? All I can tell you is that with the seal that he used, I needed to be sealed inside a newborn infant with undeveloped chakra coils, otherwise I would destroy my host upon sealing. I guess you just happen to be the only newborn around. The Kyuubi laughed at Naruto's misfortune, but quickly resumed the remaining portion of his story. For the past 12 years, I have been trapped inside you. We haven't talked until now because you haven't been truly aware of my presence until just yesterday. So if you hate humans so much for sealing you, then why did you help me? Asked Naruto. He wanted to know why the fox had helped him and even gave him the power to save Sasuke, despite an Uchiha being the source of his problems. Because, that is where I am trying to get at. I want to make a deal with you. Although I don't like the idea of working with you, my attempts at freedom these past 100 years have not been that successful. Wait, did you say work with me? Asked Naruto, who was becoming increasingly excited by the thought of a demon fox at his command. Don't get the wrong idea, Kit. I said I would work with you, not submit myself to you, explained the fox. Naruto was now slightly depressed. So what does that mean? He asked. Simple, I will help you and I will even give you the ability to use my chakra, unopposed in certain situations. However, I expect something in return. Naruto knew this was too good to be true. Okay, so what is it you want? He asked. You should know from hearing my story, actually, it's two things I want. I want my freedom from being sealed again after you die, and yes, that day will come in time. I also want you to help me kill that cockroach of an Uchiha. Wait, but if you want your freedom, then what's to stop you from destroying the village? Asked Naruto, now concerned with what the fox was asking. The fox rolled a contract out in front of Naruto, revealing his agreement. This is a blood contract. Even to demons, this is binding. Basically, it states that I will lend you my chakra should you find yourself in a situation when it is required. With my help, you could become as strong as or even stronger than the Hokage. What I am trying to say is that I will help you along your journey to become Hokage. But, when you do, you will make sure that I am granted my freedom upon your death. I even promise to leave your village alone once I'm free so long as they don't try to imprison me. Furthermore, I will do whatever is within my power to ensure that you die of old age and not battle, although that will still be a possibility if you get too far in over your head. Wait, what do you mean? How can you help me survive till I'm an old man? Naruto asked. Have you noticed that you heal extremely fast compared to most people? Asked the fox. No, I thought that was normal, the fox nearly face-planted at the kid's cluelessness. Barker, when a human breaks a bone, it takes them weeks to recover, yet you can fully heal in a matter of hours. Naruto just gasped at this. This only served to inflate his already big head. Anyways, you already have an increased healing factor just by the normal flow of my chakra from your seal. If the flow were to be increased, it is possible that you could heal wounds that would kill you. Now Naruto was wondering what the fox meant by a normal chakra flow from the seal. This seal on me allows for a small amount of my chakra to mix with yours, giving you that increased healing factor of yours and even that massive chakra reserve that you've developed. Naruto had already been informed that he had a massive reserve of chakra after he proved that he was able to create thousands of shadow clones on the night of the Mizuki incident. However, this seal does pose a problem. Although it is weakening slowly, allowing me to safely flow some more chakra into your system, it was initially designed to keep the two of us separate. I can't just give you all of my power at the moment because that would break the seal, killing both of us. In fact, the most I can give you right now is just a little more than I gave you yesterday. What? But I thought you had a ton of chakra to give, shouted Naruto. I do. The amount of chakra that I possess is so large, that it is considered infinite by your human standards, but this seal prevents me from releasing it all at once. If I try to force more chakra through the seal than it can take at the time, then I run the risk of breaking it, effectively killing the two of us. The more chakra that flows through the seal, the more stress it puts on your body. I have noticed that the seal weakens over time, which will allow you to use even more of my chakra in the future. I also believe that there is a key that can safely open this seal, allowing us to merge our chakra completely, and you will have full access to my powers and I will have the power to kill that bastard. Naruto thought about what the Kyuubi had said, looking over the contract in front of him. The terms on the contract were exactly the same as what they had discussed. However, he saw a name on the contract that he didn't quite recognize. Who's this, Kurama, listed on the contract? Asked Naruto. That would be me. Kurama is my true name. So what do you say, Kit? Do we have an agreement? Naruto took a few more moments to think about what they had discussed. Finally, he figured that everything was okay and signed his part of the contract as Kurama did the same. It was late in the afternoon in Konoha. Team 8 was finishing up the D-rank missions for the day. Being an Inuzuka, Kiba naturally hated cats. However, after today Kiba was ready to wipe out every cat from the face of the planet. Once again, Tora had managed to escape and as such, the Capture Tora mission was reinstated. This time it was assigned to Team 8. The first time it was assigned to Team 7, the past 3 times went to Team 10, and it was about time Team 8 got to experience firsthand one of the most frustrating missions in all the 5 great nations. Kiba had received most of the injuries, with multiple scratch marks all over his face and other places. Unfortunately, Hinata had a mark on the left side of her face from trying to pry the cat off of Kiba before Kurenai could put it under a genjutsu. Hinata arrived back at the Hokage compound. Like always, her father greeted her with the usual emotionless question of asking how her missions went. However, after seeing the scratch mark on the side of her face, it became obvious exactly which mission she was assigned. Hyashi recalled the time when he was just starting out as a genin. There was always a mission that required a team to capture a renegade cat that belonged to the Fire Lord's wife. The cat's name was Tori, the mother of Tora. If there was any true demon spawn in the village, it was that damn cat. Like it was for Hyashi, this mission was considered a rite of passage for newly graduated genin, as almost everyone in the village has had to catch Tora or one of her predecessors. Hello father, Hinata said, giving her father a quick bow. Welcome home Hinata. I would ask you how your missions went today, but I think I already know, Hyashi said to his daughter. Hinata quickly explained the other mission that they had. Afterwards, Hyashi took Hinata and her sister, Hanabi, into the family dojo for a quick sparring session. Like always, Hanabi had bested Hinata, much to Hyashi's disappointment. At the Hokage's tower, the third had just received the mission report from Team 7's most recent C-rank mission. He opened it and began reading. He nearly had a heart attack from what he read. Lord Hokage, I am reporting in on the mission, Escort to the Land of Waves. The mission was originally assigned a C-rank mission, but was quickly upgraded to a B-rank mission after 2 Kiri-chunin attacked our group. Their target was Tazuna. Despite the encounter, everyone was unharmed and we decided to continue with the mission. I regret to inform you that this was a mistake and we should have cancelled the mission. It was then decided to upgrade the mission to an A rank after we were attacked by the missing ninja Zabuza Momoki and an accomplice disguised as a Kiri Hunter ninja. Naruto and Sasuke proved to be invaluable in that attack as Zabuza and his accomplice was forced to retreat. For the next week, my team was stationed on guard duty. The following day, Zabuza and his accomplice reappeared. Our team engaged them and fought until the fight was interrupted by Gato and his subordinates. Gato has been controlling the shipping and economy of the nation, effectively controlling it and its people through oppression and fear. As a result, they revealed their intentions to kill all of us, including Zabuza and his accomplice, Haku. However, with the help of Zabuza and Haku, Gato was quickly killed and his subordinates scattered. By the time you read this, the bridge that Tazuna was charged to build should be completed or within a day of completion. I have been informed that a representative of the Land of Waves will be traveling to Konoha and the Land of Fire capital to arrange trade agreements as an attempt to repair the economy of the Land of Waves and thank us for our intervention. I also have a rather odd request coming from Zabuza and Haku. It appears as if the two of them have experienced a change of heart, thanks to their encounter with Naruto. The two of them are requesting an opportunity to join Konoha as ninja. While I normally would disregard such a request, I have reason to believe that they are sincere with their words. Haku also possesses a rare bloodline, the Hyoten, which may prove an invaluable addition for the village. Zabuza has informed me that he is willing to undergo any mental interrogation or trials that would be required for him to prove his intentions to join the village. Kakashi Hatake, Jonin. Sir, are you alright? The Hokage's assistant asked, seeing his facial expression after reading the report. Please summon the village council along with Ibiki, Anko, and Inoiki for an emergency meeting in 30 minutes, the Hokage said. Naruto had just come out of his conversation with the Kyuubi before returning to Tazuna's house. He was happy that he would now have the ability to use the Kyuubi's chakra, unimpeded, even if it was only a fraction of the Kyuubi's power at this point in time. With it, he would be as strong as the Hokage in no time. Kurama had explained one last detail about using the Kyuubi chakra, and that was the presence of a chakra cloak if he tapped into enough of the chakra. However, it was explained that given the current state of Naruto's seal, the most he could safely use would be one tail of the cloak for the time being. After using said demonic chakra, it would be common for Naruto to experience extreme exhaustion. Naruto returned to the bridge builder's house. Haku was set up in the guest room, trying to rest the injuries that Naruto had inflicted on him. Naruto had apologized to the boy, which was graciously returned. The day of their fight, everyone, Haku especially, had pretty much spent the entire day resting. Haku and Sasuke were pretty much told to rest for the rest of the week while their injuries healed. The day after the fight, Tazuna wanted to get started on the bridge again. As such, the remnants of Team 7 continued with guard duty. There were a few incidents with some of Gato's men trying to take revenge on the ninja or trying to reclaim the island that they had once controlled, however, they were quickly dispatched. Zabuza had tried to apologize to Tazuna for trying to kill him, resulting in the Demon of the Hidden Mist working on the bridge as well, as Tazuna needed the labor to complete the bridge by the end of the week like he had intended. However, there were two things he had on his side now. One was that the workers were not scared of Gato and they wouldn't quit when it got too late in the day, allowing construction to continue for longer. Second, he fully underestimated Naruto. Kakashi had suggested that Naruto use his clones to help Tazuna out and the help of 100 extra hands really worked, even if they did disappear whenever one clone missed a nail with a hammer and accidentally hammered his own finger. The third entered the council hall to see that the village council had assembled, although rather hastily. A few of the elder members were nagging the aging Hokage as to why this meeting was called so late at night. The reason I called you all is regarding a report I received from Team Kakashi, who was assigned on a C-rank mission to escort Tazuna, the bridge builder, to the Land of Waves, the third announced. After reading the mission report, it was upgraded to an A-rank mission. This sent stirs through the chamber. A rank. Why was it upgraded to an A-rank mission? Homaru, one of Hiruzen's counselors asked. The team encountered and battled the missing ninja Zabuza Momoki. The third's words once again sent stirs throughout the council. Zabuza Momoki. Are they alright? Is Sasuke Uchiha alright? Asked a member of the council who ranked right up there with Sasuke's fangirls. The Hokage nodded, reassuring the council member. So I assume you have sent a more qualified team to replace Team Kakashi? Asked Koharu, the Hokage's other advisor. No, once again, there was talk amongst the council. This is the reason I have summoned you here. They have been involved in the death of Gato, business tycoon. However, it has been revealed that Gato was a crime lord who has been oppressing the people of the Land of Waves for the past few years. He hired Zabuza and an accomplice to assassinate Tazuna before his bridge was completed. Tazuna's bridge was the one thing that could weaken Gato's grasp on the island's economy. A few of the council who were more versed in economics agreed. However, it appears that Zabuza turned on Gato with the intention of aiding Team Kakashi after he had a change of heart. I received a request that Hitaki Kakashi has forwarded from Zabuza Momoki that is asking us to accept Zabuza and his accomplice, Haku, as a member of this village. Why should we do that? Zabuza is listed as a missing ninja by the Hidden Mist village. There could be political implications as to this, one of the counselors stated. I am well aware that, while we are considered neutral with Kirigakure no Sato, the taking in of Zabuza Momoichi could result in some unwanted political implications, the Sandaime pointed out. However, it is not uncommon for villages to take the missing ninja of other villages. After all, that was the reason Hunter Ninja were commissioned, am I correct, Inuzuka-san? Inuzuka stood up. That is correct. My clan contains some of the best hunter ninja in the village and it is the job of said hunter ninja to track down and capture or eliminate a missing ninja before they can sell any secrets to a village. However, should a village be fortunate enough to obtain a high-ranked missing ninja, the secrets they can obtain are substantial. It only further the reasons as to why we a village would take a missing ninja in. I agree with you on that, Inuzuka-san. Now the question is, what can Zabuza Momoichi provide for us? He has been missing from his village for at least 6 years now and some of his secrets would be considered outdated, said a bandaged man. Danzo, you of all people know that even old secrets can be considered useful, said the Sandaime. Besides, Kakashi included a few preliminary reports on Zabuza Momoichi and his accomplice, Haku Yuki. The report on Haku stated that the boy possessed a rare bloodline. Hiruzen did it, he pulled the bloodline card. The counselors looked on at him with all interest set on this bloodline. Konoha loved bloodlines, as seen with how they treated the Hyuga and Uchiha, when the clan was still around. Hokage-sama, is there any mention as to which bloodline this child possesses? Asked another member of the council. Yes, Kakashi mentioned the boy using Hyotenjutsu during their encounter, said the Sandaime. This stirred conversations in the room immediately. The Hyoten was believed lost when Kirigakure no Sato initiated their bloodline purges, something Konoha saw as a travesty. Are you sure it is the true Hyoten? Asked the same counselor. I am fairly certain that it is the true Hyoten. Kakashi mentioned the boy's ability to form ice out of thin air, not just simply manipulating pre-existing ice like the ninja in Snow County do. I do believe that this is truly the Hyoten, said the Sandaime. A few of the counselors couldn't help but praise their luck. They were so close to obtaining another bloodline, something they felt Konoha had been lacking for the past decade or so. A little more discussion ensued until a final vote was called for on whether or not to extend a preliminary invitation to Zabuza Momoichi and Haku Yuki. The vote was strongly in favor of extending the invitation after a trial had been conducted to determine Zabuza's true intentions. 4 days had passed since Gato's defeat and the bridge was now complete, thanks to the help of a particular one-man, Blonde Army. That night, the village held a rather large celebration to celebrate the liberation of the wave from Gato, a future of economic prosperity. Every ninja there was seen as a hero who helped to overthrow Gato, even Zabuza. But the one who really got most of the credit was Naruto for inspiring the villagers to stand up against the tyranny of people like Gato. Sasuke had healed almost completely to the point where he would be ready to train again the next day. They would still remain in the wave for another 2 days as Haku wasn't quite ready for long traveling yet. Even then, he wouldn't be able to travel at a high pace, but it would be faster than the pace Team 7 made to get Tazuna there. While Team 7 was rather friendly that night, it still consisted of a few attempts by Naruto to get Sakura to go out with him, and a few attempts by Sakura to get Sasuke to go out with her. Neither Naruto nor Sakura had much success. The remaining 2 days, Kakashi gave to his team to rest and take a small vacation, something Sakura welcomed with open arms. Sasuke, on the other hand, used that day to get in some more training. He was ecstatic, even if it didn't show, that he had unlocked the Sharingan, his clan's bloodline. While it was still in the early stages, it was the Sharingan nonetheless. Kakashi had also offered to give help Sasuke get adjusted to his newly found Dojutsu. The training offer was extended to the rest of the Team 7 with Naruto taking up the offer and Sakura deciding she would rather get some rest. Kakashi would balance his time between training Sasuke with the Sharingan and working on fixing Naruto's taijutsu. While Naruto had been considered passable back in the academy and his taijutsu had made a lot of progress in the last few months, it still needed some work to make it acceptable. The next morning, the 6 of them headed off towards Konoha. It was about 2 days' travel with only ninja traveling this time. They arrived at the village gate early in the afternoon to find a few Anbu waiting for them. Zabuza Momoki. You are to come with us for an investigation into your intentions on joining us, the bare-masked Anbu said. Zabuza complied and he and Haku left with the Anbu. Kakashi-sensei, how long will it take before we know if they can join? Naruto asked. Sakura and Sasuke also wanted to know. Their trial is scheduled for 3 o'clock 2 days from now. It is then that we will know their fate in Konoha, Kakashi responded. To be honest, I don't think Haku will have much of a problem seeing as he has never had official ninja training, and because of his bloodline, but Zabuza could be a different story. After reporting into the Hokage, Team 7 was dismissed. Despite still being a rookie, Naruto had just survived and completed an A-rank mission, something that was reserved for Hai-chunin and Jonin. He was ecstatic and decided to celebrate with Iruka at Ichiraku. Much to Naruto's dismay, Team 7 was stuck doing D-rank missions the following 2 days. Kakashi figured that it would be better for them to get a few short missions before Zabuza's trial. Not to mention, they practically had an entire month's worth of training in a 3-week mission. It was getting close to 3 and they proceeded to the Academy auditorium, where Zabuza's trial was to be held. When they got there, they found the room to be rather packed. Apparently word that the demon of the hidden mist wanting to join the village had spread. They managed to find a set of seats next to Team 8, with Naruto ending up to a poor Hinata who would be turning redder and redder throughout the entire thing. Next thing that happened, Maito Guy, the Jonin in the village with a shiny black bowl haircut who was wearing green spandex, came in and started going on about the eternal rivalry. Guy was being a little too energetic and Guy-like for the rest of Team 7, who were trying to inch their way away from the mighty green beast. This in turn, pushed Naruto closer to Hinata until he was virtually on top of her. The close proximity of her crush caused the poor girl to faint in her chair. She wouldn't wake up for a while. As the trial started, the third Hokage entered, along with some of the more prominent members of the village council. He announced to everyone the reason why they were there, although everyone pretty much knew why. Soon after, Zabuza and Haku entered the auditorium, escorted by a few Anbu. Zabuza Momoki, Haku Yuki, you are here today to justify your intent to join this village as ninja of Konoha. Is that correct? The third began reading from the paper he was holding. Why don't we get straight to the point? Inoiki, Ibiki, what are the results of your interrogation sessions with Zabuza Momoki? Lord Hokage, Inoiki said, standing up. I will be honest, I was not expecting much to warrant admission of this missing nin into the village, especially given his record. Zabuza gave a slight TSK under his own breath. Inoiki then proceeded to present his report on the mental findings of Zabuza's mental stability. I do find that he is sincere in his request to join and serve the village of Konoha though. I have found the same to be true with Haku Yuki here as well. Very well Inoiki, the Hokage said. Ibiki. Hokage-sama. Like Inoiki, I had high doubts about these two. While I do feel that Zabuza here is not lying, his previous record of instating a coup in Kirigakure no Sato must be taken into account, said Ibiki. Zabuza sighed as the Hokage began to speak again. Zabuza, do you have anything to say about your actions? Asked the Hokage. I do. I believe you have received reports on the state of the mist under the rule of the Sandai Mizukage, said Zabuza. Hiruzen nodded. One such measure he instigated was the blood limit purges. During that time, I encountered Haku, who I could not allow to suffer under the Mizukage's wrath. The village was not healthy under the Mizukage's oppression. However, even just a few glances of Konoha have told me that Konohagakure no Sato is nothing like Kirigakure no Sato. It is a village that I would rather serve over Kirigakure no Sato. Very well. I have already discussed with the council about these two joining the village and it appears that they have passed Inoiki and Ibiki's examination, the Hokage stated. Homaru stood up and addressed the two in question. Zabuza Momoki, Haku Yuki, it was decided the other day that should we determine that your intentions are good for Konoha, that you be granted a chance-earned citizenship. However, one thing that has intrigued us is Haku's bloodline. Haku, if you don't mind, there are some of us here who would like a demonstration of your abilities. Haku obliged and the chakra-suppressing cuffs were removed. He made a quick hand sigh. Hyoten, demonic ice mirrors. With that, a mirror in front of Haku formed out of ice and so did one on the other side of the room. The elders were impressed that the Yuki bloodline, the Hyoten, still existed. He performed a few more movements, jumping quickly from mirror to mirror, and showing off his accuracy with Senbon. So the Hyoten still exists, Danzo thought to himself. Hiruzen shot him a look, indication to Danzo not to try anything funny with this boy. It was known to a few of the higher-ups that Danzo was the leader of a secret Anbu organization known as Root. Over the past years, Hiruzen had managed to loosen Danzo's grip on village power, but he was still aware that Danzo would try to recruit some ninja with potential, Haku in particular, into his forces. Koharu then stood up to address Haku. Haku Yuki, you have demonstrated a rather advanced blood limit. Our records show that you are 13 years of age. By law of this village, if someone possesses a blood limit, they will be allowed to start a clan when they are of age, Koharu said. Kakashi knew this was going to happen with Haku and he had mentioned to Zabuza beforehand. Granting Haku clan status was a way for them to further cement the bloodline into the village. The Hokage took the floor once again. Zabuza Momoichi, Haku Yuki. You will be allowed to serve under this village so long as you comply with our laws and regulations. Zabuza, you will be assigned the rank of Chunin. You will also be placed on probation for the next 2 months along with supervised mission duty for the following 4 months. Should I find no issues with you being allowed to serve Konoha, you will be eligible to participate in the Jonin examinations at the end of the year to regain your previous rank of Jonin. If you do anything that endangers the village, the Anbu have orders to execute you. Do you understand and accept these terms? I accept them, Lord Hokage, Zabuza said, offering a respectable gesture and trying to get on the Hokage's good side already. Haku Yuki, seeing as you have no official ninja training, I must give you the rank of Genin and assign you to a team. I will find a team to place you on and you will begin once your placement is confirmed, said the Hokage. Do you accept these terms? I accept them, Lord Hokage, Haku said, following in Zabuza's stead. Naruto was ecstatic upon hearing this. He ended up hugging the nearest person around him out of joy, which just so happened to be Hinata, who was just waking up. Needless to say, she fainted again. If there are no other objections, then I call this meeting closed. You are dismissed, the Hokage announced. Following the trial, Kakashi was called into the Hokage's office. Kakashi, I want you to take Haku on your team, said the Hokage. But sir, I've already got 3 students. You can't expect me to take on a 4th. What will happen to the 3-man squad? Argued Kakashi. I am aware, but I am also aware of the paperwork that this little stunt will result in. If I'm going to have to deal with extra paperwork and possible fallout with Kiri, then the least you can do to help me is make finding Haku a team easy. Besides, your students are the only people in Konoha he knows and it will be good for him. If my suspicions are correct though, the council will try to have him promoted as soon as they can. They are like that when it comes to new bloodlines, said the Hokage. Do I make myself clear that you will take Haku on your team? Yes, Hokage-sama, I will incorporate him right away, said Kakashi, not wanting to argue with his leader. Kakashi caught his team meeting up with Haku and Zabuza outside the trial. It was there that he announced that Haku would be joining Team 7 for the time being. He then stated that the rest of the week would be dedicated to integrating Haku into the team. He then invited the new team and Zabuza to barbecue for dinner to get to know each other better. This also served as a little introduction to the team for Haku. They also managed to meet up with Team 10 and Asuma, who was intrigued by the fact that the demon of the hidden mist would be joining them. It was also a little weird for him to be seeing one of the 7 swordsmen wearing a Konoha headband. That will be it for this video. If you want more, comment down below, like, subscribe. And see you guys later.